At First Choice Bank, we know you can't always make it before the bank closes. With our integrated teller, you can talk to a live person as late as 7 p.m. on weekdays and noon on Saturdays. It's not just an ATM, it's an ITM. First Choice Bank, your choice for banking.
Visualize perfection, freshly picked ingredients, tantalizing flavors, sweet and sour intertwine, and dance into your glass. One-of-a-kind arrangements, hitting every note. Why wait for the weekend? It's on at the grill.
Mississippi's trusted weather experts. This is Mississippi Live Weather at 10.
Getting cooler as we head into our Tuesday evening. Welcome into Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm meteorologist Gabe Maynor. We are tracking a much cooler night than what we had yesterday. Big reason why? There's nothing in the sky. It's completely clear, and those clear skies allowing for that heat to escape and setting us up for, again, a chilly start to our Wednesday. So as we track that here in the Room to Room Weather Center, we have a multitude of things we're going to be looking at. First of which, I've already mentioned it, grab the long sleeves heading into tomorrow morning. I know a few brave folks out there have not turned on the heat just yet. I know I would be towards tomorrow morning, but if you're not, at least have long sleeves on standby or a sweatshirt because you need something to do to stay on the warmer side. And as we track that second headline, of course, rain coming back this weekend. Been talking about that through those evening hours. We're kind of awaiting that in the extended forecast because I know some folks, the Maynor household, still in desperate need of that rainfall. And we are also wanting to see that meteor shower this evening. Are you wanting to as well? Well, we do have a look at that forecast and how those skies will be for viewing. Maybe we can see one of those high up in our sky here in North Mississippi. So let's jump into the forecast. The first 12 giving you a hint at that forecast for meteor viewing. And as you may see, clear skies from 11 all the way into those morning hours. 51 degrees though at 11 o'clock. Whew, already cold, but we get even colder from there. And we're talking low to mid 40s as we head out the door for our Wednesday morning. And I know a couple days ago we were right around that same margin. I walked out the door, turned right back around and put on a sweatshirt. And that's just, I guess I don't have thick skin. Some people do, and props to you if you can survive it, but I know I'm not chancing it. Cleveland, 55 degrees right now. Dew point currently at 52. That is receding into those overnight hours, and we will see those dew points drop even more as we get that drier air in our forecast. Not just in Cleveland, but also Caledonia, 52 degrees. Dew point currently at 50 as well. A beautiful night sky out there. I want to hold it on here for a few more moments because maybe we get a meteor. That would have been so cool, like a bass drop right when it happened, but yeah, unfortunately, I'm not that lucky. But let's go ahead and look at those roadways over there in the Blue Springs area, which of course showcases those quiet roadways for the most part. 22 always doing what 22 does. But out there in the Blue Springs area, heading up, looking up there towards the Ellistown area, beautiful night sky, and that's how it'll be across the region. Now, one big thing with that shout out of Blue Springs, you're not in a downtown area, so that's optimal reason or optimal place for viewing. If you want to view that meteor shower, go to a location that's not covered with street lights that pollute the sky with that light. Got to go somewhere out in the country. We usually go to my mother-in-law's house over there in the Ellistown area, and it's out on a farm, so you can really get a good view of the sky. Every single meteor shower we've gone to, we've seen at least a couple out there. So I don't know. I guess it's a lucky area. So hopefully, Miss Holly, if you're watching, go see a meteor tonight. 49 degrees in Holly Springs. Hey, Holly. Funny, did not mean to do that. 49 in Holly Springs, 50 in Oxford, 53 Houston, and 58 down there towards Macon. So you can definitely see where that cooler air is pushing in place and that warmer air is still trying to get out of the region. But fortunately for all of us here in North Mississippi, those 60s, those upper 50s, all going away from the forecast into those overnight hours. I mean, looking at that temperature change here over the last 24, we know yesterday we were having that moisture move into the forecast. Now we're having that moisture move out and making way for that heat to escape. Already a 9-degree difference in Oxford, 5 in Grenada and Greenwood, and 5 there towards Senatobia as well. There's still some of that warmer air, but that's going to cycle out as well, and more of that blue will push in. So everywhere heading into our Wednesday morning going to be noticeably cooler than what we were sitting at this morning. Mississippi Live Weather Radar, I've been saying dry conditions over and over and over again that if you haven't got the message by now, I don't know how else to tell you. But it is a dry forecast, and as evident by our Mississippi Live Weather Radar. So I would circulate it back, but there would be nothing to go to. So let's go ahead and get into that surface analysis. If I expand this out here one more time, it really shows you the big picture of what we're dealing with here in the southeast. This front dominating our area and cycling in that drier and cooler weather on the back side. So that's why we're getting this drier forecast and this cooler forecast right over the top of Alabama, over the top of Mississippi, and this high pressure also adding to that as that kind of becomes our main focal point for our forecast tomorrow. High pressure, whenever it's situated out there towards our east, it has this clockwise flow around it. So I'm going to draw this all the way around to give you a visual. But as we get this on the outskirts of that high, because this is a very large high pressure system, we get it to reach all the way into northern Arkansas, all the way into, why does it do that? All the way into North Mississippi. I don't know what exactly happened, but technology at 10 o'clock, not wanting to cooperate. And I get it. Everyone wants to head to bed at this point, right? Well, let's go ahead and get through this forecast because I know it is going to be pretty self-explanatory that it is just going to be a dry pattern, but we do have action in the future that I do want to walk through here in just a moment. So stay with me. I promise I'll not keep you guys forever. Wednesday morning, staying on the drier side. Once again, those winds cycling in from the northwest. Again, as that high pressure is towards our west, the winds remain from the north, and that gives us that continental air into our region. So 6 a.m. on your Wednesday, clear, cool, cold. Do we want to say cold? I'm going to say cold, but cold, at least chilly forecast for the start of our Wednesday. And as we get into the rest of the day with all those clear conditions in place, of course, that sunshine going to be heating up our atmosphere, making for at least a little bit more of a comfortable forecast by the afternoon to where we won't need those heavy jackets or any of those sweatshirts in place. So that'll reach that forecast by that 1 and 2 o'clock hour. And as high pressure really pushes into North Mississippi, that'll limit how strong those winds are as well. I mean, looking right here, you can see that wind gusts get up to 5 to 10 miles an hour by that afternoon time frame. But beyond that, 9 p.m., where the high pressure is right over the top of us, we're talking calm to maybe 1 or 2 miles an hour. But the beautiful thing with this forecast is sunshine lingers all day long. So whatever you need to get done outside, whatever outdoor chores you've been putting off, or I saw several people mowing today. So if you're one of the ones that didn't, like me, well, tomorrow's a good day for it. So maybe we can get out there all together and crank those mowers in unison to get the job done. But coming up here in 60 seconds, as we track more here in the Room to Room Weather Center, we're going to be talking meteor forecast. What do the Orionid forecast, I think it's Orionid forecast, I always get confused with the meteor shower, how to pronounce the names, but we'll look at that forecast for you of how to see those meteors, how many to expect, and what the best time frame is coming up in the next 60. We'll also be walking through those limited rain chances and how long this cool air sticks around for coming up on Mississippi Live Weather at 10 here in the next 60.
Hi, my name is Rosie. Regional Rehab Center helps kids like me by offering speech therapy, occupational therapy, and dyslexia therapy. Your support helps so many of us get what we need to grow and succeed. Please help the Rehab Center.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Right now, from the Mississippi Live Weather Center, here's meteorologist Gabe Maynard.
Well, those calm and crisp conditions continue to linger in our forecast overnight. Already feeling that in the Monroe County area and Smithville. 52 degrees, dew point currently around 46, showing that we still have room to cool off. That dew point kind of the lowest part of the threshold, acting as that floor in regards to how much we can sink. And of course, 46 degrees, a cool start to the day, and that dew point could get even lower. So a lot of locations looking at the low 40s in the forecast. So enjoy it. Have those long sleeves on standby because you will need it getting out the door tomorrow morning. Again, unless you're a thick-skinned person. I have the thinnest skin possible, I guess, because I turned my heat on Monday. 59 degrees, dew point around 48 in Kosciuszko. Still those winds coming out of the northwest about 5 to 10 miles an hour, helping supply us with that drier and cooler air. So no surprise we're getting it. That atmosphere is just shifting. Getting a look there in Macon, a beautiful night sky. And again, I'm trying to hold it as long as I can just to get a good view, maybe seeing a meteor up there in the sky, but probably not going to have the best of luck. Maybe we can get a time lapse. Storm chasers, if you guys get it, I would love to have that tomorrow evening, to the possibility of maybe getting a meteor up there in the sky. 61 degrees though, and dew points around 60. So down in Noxubee County, taking a little bit longer to cool off. But assuredly, you guys will as we get into the rest of our overnight forecast. Mississippi Live Weather Radar, I tried to cycle this back as far as I could to get a little bit of those showers, and you get a hint of it around 2 o'clock before they really clear out of the region by 3:30-ish. And that's since then, it's been a dry forecast and a much calmer outing, so any of those evening plans you've had, well, you've had it as prime conditions as possible, because not only has it been dry, it's also been clear. Nothing on satellite to track, and that continues to be the case overnight. So your day planner into those overnight hours showcases 50 degrees for midnight, 46 there by 3 a.m., and 44 heading out the door tomorrow morning. Winds still about 5 to 10 miles an hour, so a little bit breezy, but not overbearing. Let's go ahead and get into those overnight hours like we've been talking about. So 1, 2 o'clock in your morning, as you can see, I mean, there's really not much to talk about. A few clouds here and there, but overall still going to be those dry conditions as high pressure reigns supreme. We push that forecast further into our Wednesday morning to the point where we're waking up and heading out the door. It's going to be a great start once again, but a very cool start at that. My word, has it been a while since I've seen blues like this, and I'm not complaining at all. As you can see, it brings a smile to my face because we're talking about 41 in Amory, 41 in Bruce, 41 Water Valley, and 43 towards Senatobia. There will be some locations that are on the higher side, 48 towards Cleveland and 49 around South Haven, but still, for the majority of us, low to mid 40s as we head out the door tomorrow morning. So school bus forecast, make sure the little ones have those long sleeves on standby, because we don't want them to catch cold or anything, starting to transition more into that cold season with that cold air in place, lots of cold. But yeah, just long sleeves help kind of prevent that. But 43 degrees around pickup, 73 towards drop off, still plenty of clear skies all day long, whether that's a clear night sky or sunshine filled sky. Either way, it's a beautiful one at that. So Wednesday morning sticks with those dry conditions, but you might see as the forecast goes on, and I just swap sides, I'm going to swap back once again, you might see that high pressure starts transitioning right over the top of us here in North Mississippi. What exactly does that mean? Well, as it's situated towards the west of us, we do get this northerly northwest wind here to North Mississippi. That gives us that drier and cooler air. As we get more into our Wednesday afternoon, watch how this H, the center of that high pressure system, moves right over the top of us here in North Mississippi. Pay attention to the winds though. So we're talking 1:30, 3 o'clock by the time it crosses the Mississippi River, and then we get further into North Mississippi by our Wednesday late afternoon and early evening. What do the winds do? They basically stop, or at least they're very calm, so that's not going to cycle in as much of that cooler, drier air. It's going to be a very calm forecast, literally, as we get into our Wednesday evening. And that's not speaking in regards to moisture, it's just speaking in regards to maybe not making it feel a little bit cooler. That wind chill, definitely a realistic possibility, but not going to be feeling that if there's no wind. So high temperatures Wednesday, 73 Amory, 70 in Boonville. I do see 69 there towards Iuka, 74 Kosciuszko, and 75 towards Clarksdale. If we keep that forecast going, you'll see that those temperatures will start to climb in the extended forecast, a gradual warming trend as we get further into our end of week and start of the weekend. So high pressure, you can see it right underneath our viewing area right here, and that's going to continue to keep those calm winds around. But as that starts to move a little bit more towards the east, watch how this forecast transitions. You get a little bit more of that cloud cover building there on the west side of the high pressure, and that's just a result of those winds shifting. You're starting to get more of a southerly wind kicking up some of that Gulf moisture, and that allows for some cloud cover to form, and that will limit how much we're able to cool off in the extended forecast. So Thursday morning, Wednesday morning and Thursday morning, the coolest temperatures we'll have over the next 7 days before that pattern shifts once again and high pressure moves on out. You can already see that partly cloudy sky moving in the forecast by Thursday afternoon. I had mostly sunny skies. Might need to honestly increase that coverage and put it at partly cloudy skies at this point, but still no rainfall expected, and that's at least the good thing with this forecast. 6 p.m. still partly cloudy conditions, and that lingers in our forecast overnight as well. High temperatures on Thursday, still close to our seasonable average, but as you can see at the top left of your screen, not 74. We're a little bit above that margin. 78 Houston, 78 Starkville, and 77 there towards New Albany. So that's a sign of that shift in the atmosphere, so don't be surprised by it. This is what we expect as that high pressure fully makes its course across our viewing area from west all the way to the east. High temperatures, as you can see, right around our average 73 to 74 degrees for the next several days. On average, like I said, you'll have some fluctuations. But into Sunday, 69 degrees. And pay attention to Sunday whenever we show our low temperatures, because you might see that there is a lesser disparity, meaning that it's a more moist forecast, a more saturated forecast, meaning, yes, rain chances are a realistic possibility. So Wednesday, Thursday, the coolest will be over the next 7 days as those low temperatures gradually warm up and the atmosphere just starts to shift. So tonight, yes, it will be cool. Yes, it will feel crisp, but it will be a great view for that meteor shower happening high up in the sky. Again, this is the Orionid meteor shower. And again, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, but that's what we're going to call it today, October 2nd, all the way through November 7th, and that peak. It happened yesterday evening, but we had that cold front moving through. Tonight with clear skies, is still at that peak coverage, and we're talking 15 to 20 meteors per hour, and that continues into tomorrow night as well. So if you're not able to tonight, if you have a test tomorrow and you can't stay up to view it, well, tomorrow night, tell your teachers what you're doing. They might give you a pass to go view some meteors, especially for a meteor shower like this. And that best viewing time is 1 a.m. to dawn, but that best time frame is right before that sun comes over the horizon, that pre-dawn hour. So get out there, enjoy it, and snap those pictures, of course, and send them in to us at Mississippi Live Weather. Now, we did have a picture that honestly brought some speculation of what exactly was it in the sky. This picture is submitted by River on the Tenn-Tom Waterway in Burnsville. A beautiful blue sky out there as the sun was setting on the horizon. But we were looking at these up there in the distance, and I couldn't help myself but thinking they looked a little bit like contrails, which is some of that leftover on the back end of a plane. It looks like those clouds forming behind it, but it's actually just the jet behind it. So common misconception, but I was asking River, what exactly were the characteristics of it, and he said it was in the sky for like 3 to 4 minutes before it fizzled away. That alone told me that this was probably not a meteor, because a meteor is very short. We're talking 1 to 2 seconds, and at most that trail lingers for a few more seconds. But we're not talking about 3 to 4 minutes up there in the sky. If you blink, you'll probably miss a meteor, and that's the unfortunate part about it, but still a very cool shot of those blue skies. And this basically telling us it's a great forecast to get out there and look in the sky to possibly see a meteor. So River, I encourage you, head back out there because it is a great sky out there, and you look like you're not in any downtown area, so it won't have any light pollution. So try and snap a few pictures this evening, and you won't see any contrails in the forecast for that, and it'll be clear and apparent, but still a great shot, and thank you for submitting that. Our weather watchers out in the field do a phenomenal job, and we appreciate that here at Mississippi Live Weather, giving us the eyes in the sky. So you guys at home do the exact same thing and submit those pictures to us at Mississippi Live Weather. We have a photo submissions tab. If you go to that homepage, scroll down, it can say submit pictures. Do it that way, and we'll be able to showcase that tomorrow morning or evening, depending on when you submit it. And we'd love to feature that in the show. Well, let's go ahead and get into that 7-day forecast. And as you can see, that gradual warming trend with our lows back into the low to mid 50s by the weekend. So we're not fully in the 40s just yet. We will have a few breaks in that forecast. But a big driver in that is that moisture pushing back in North Mississippi, that giving us multiple systems that's going to produce some showers and thunderstorms both Sunday and then into early to mid part of next week. So much needed rainfall, hopefully making a dent in that drought monitor. I know this morning did for some parts, but we need the entire part of North Mississippi, aka Casa de Manor, to get knocked off that drought monitor as well, because I feel like it's a level 5 right over the top of us at that point. So I'm trying to see the comments. There's some folks joining in saying it's going to be a great forecast. Couldn't agree with you guys more, and I hope you guys get out there to enjoy it. Again, meteor shower peaks this evening, 15 to 20 meteors per hour. That means, math, 1 every 4 to 5 minutes. So that's not bad. You just sit out there for 4 to 5 minutes, let your eyes get adjusted, and then maybe you'll get to see one. Maybe you'll have a little bit higher rate at that point. The world is your oyster. Anyway, there's my motivational speech for the evening. We do have a look in Australia where, I don't mean to brag, Matt, but you guys don't have a meteor shower all the way out there. At least not right here. I haven't even looked into it, so they might have one, but I'm going to act like they don't, because they have a lot of things that we don't here. But he's going to showcase a little bit about where he was earlier today. We got a live look in at 6. If you weren't with us, you definitely missed out on a fun time, but Matt gives us a look in as to what he was seeing. And yes, it is the beach, not the Gulf Coast beaches, but the Australian coast. Matt, take it away.
Well, hello from Mululaba Beach here on the Sunshine Coast in Australia. I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon, and kind of a cloudy day here, one of another beaches that we've been able to check out here on our Wonders of Australia tour. I think that's an adjustment for me. It's getting used to the idea that I probably don't get in this water here. It's more look water than actual swim water because of all the rocks and jetties that we have here. Kind of a touristy sort of area. The water is actually not super chilly considering the fact that this is essentially what March water would be in the Gulf of Mexico. We're also at a latitude closer to the equator, so I mean you could probably stand getting in it, but whew, it's a little bit chilly, but not super cold, despite the fact that again they are in very early spring here in Australia. So again, having a nice day, just a little relaxing morning here on the beach, getting some good food, and excited about what the day holds. We're actually going to be doing some kind of bowling today. It's supposedly kind of bowling adjacent, more like bocce. I don't know what that means, but all the locals make it sound like it's a really good time. So I'm excited for that. And again, appreciate the good folks there at MLM for sponsoring this Wonders of Australia tour. But from Mululaba Beach here in Australia along the Sunshine Coast, I'm Chief Meteorologist Matt Lopon for Mississippi Live Weather.
Makes you want to go to the beach, right? Makes you want to go to Australia. I mean, every single time I watch those videos, it's like, maybe that's next year's trip. And then I look at the price and it's like, no, thank you. Can't do that. Anyway, thank you guys for joining us tonight at 10. I hope you guys enjoy those live look-ins as much as we do. We'll have another update coming from Matt tomorrow evening. But guys, we're not far away from when Matt comes back to the studio. So we'll have a big welcome home whenever he gets here. So he'll have to get his legs under him as he's traveling back in time. As he's currently a day ahead. So it's, let's see, Wednesday afternoon over there when it's Tuesday night here. Freaky stuff. Anyway, okay, we'll wrap it up tonight. So I hope that you guys enjoy your evening. Oh my word, hang on. Breaking news. Gonna take you guys back over here. I refreshed it, so let me go ahead and pull it up right here. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. Let me get it pulled up real quick. We have our Game of the Week in store. Where are we headed? Well, it was between some very great options all across the Webster County area, and I mean, yeah, it's gonna be a good time. Well, let's go ahead and pull that up. Bear with me behind as I change this over. There we go. Okay, drum roll, please. Here is our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. You can see right there behind me that we do have Myrtle versus Bruce at 26%, Velma Jackson versus East Webster 27%, and the big winner, that was awful, Calhoun City versus Vardaman, 47%. You guys overwhelmingly stated your opinion and you guys won handedly. So we are headed out there. I'm curious right now how many votes we got. 1,400 between Calhoun City and Vardaman, whereas the other two had 792, and for East Webster was 854. So Calhoun City and Vardaman, you guys showed up and showed out, and we will be there to see the whole show come this Friday. We're excited to be there for our Mississippi Live Weather Game of the Week. We'll put a post out tomorrow morning for our band and spirit squad pictures that we can post so the votes can begin then, because you guys think that the game begins on Friday. It actually begins a day beforehand as our spirit squads and our band goes head to head to figure out which one goes on top Friday night. So we'll have a look at that coming over the next few days, but just excited to get down there in Vardaman, cheer on the Rams, cheer on the Calhoun City. I don't know the mascot. Oh my word. I will know it by Friday for sure. But gonna be a good time. So thank you guys for just participating in this and telling us where we need to go and where the party is gonna be at Friday night. And we will be there and get the highlights for you guys, do our live shots from there. So it's gonna be a good time. Gonna be a great matchup between two really good teams. Yeah, can't wait for it. So this wraps it up for Mississippi Live Weather at 10. I'm gonna have to head back over there, so bear with me. Oh, is it not? You know what? Pretend I'm going back in time now. Let's go ahead and bring it back here, and I'll swap it over. All right, sweet. So we are back here in the Room to Room Weather Center. fantastic evening. Our next broadcast happening tomorrow morning, 6:37 and 7:30. Our meteorologist Maggie McCauley will have the latest on these cool, dare I say, cold temperatures. So make sure to grab those long sleeves heading out the door. She'll have more details on that forecast coming up here in the next 8 hours or so. So get a good night's sleep, enjoy those temperatures, and if you need to turn the heat on, I will not judge you. The Maynard household will have their heat on, so go ahead and join the club. But we'll see you guys back here tomorrow morning. Have a great night.
Being a parent, especially for the first time, with that comes a lot of self-doubt. As a dad, I just try to lead by example. When you're trying to be the best person that you can be, your kids see that and then they emulate that.
Life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome. Prediabetes does. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the 1-minute prediabetes risk test today. Go to doihaveprediabetes.org.